We had the opportunity to be involved with helping various families that were impacted with the Hurricane Ian. Our class came together and brought tons of supplies. I mean, it was amazing how many supplies, water, gas, just all of these things started showing up. One of the families that we were able to help specifically that was in our life group, their home was impacted by the flood as well as their business. And they lost all of their personal vehicles right after the storm, and just help them in any way, just not only cleaning up, but bringing them supplies, giving them rides. The families that we were able to get to were so grateful and so appreciative that someone would come and help them.
We definitely felt like we wanted to make sure our people in our class were okay. That was kind of the first initial group text going out. And there was one family that got hit really hard on the beach, on a canal, and just house was just destroyed, devastated. That was our priority, number one. We just saw people just go into action, from ripping out drywall from houses that were messed up, water 6 feet high, to people working on the grounds here. You know, when you're ripping out drywall with someone, you know, for 3-4 hours, and it's just nasty, and there's mud on the floor and slime, and you're doing it for someone you don't even know, and you see the character of you know, I called a few people and they said, hey, yeah, I'm with you. It's just amazing to see they're ready to just step out and help people. And so the community of coming together.
As life group leader, one of the first things I did was just contact everybody in the life group, find out how they survived the storm. We found out what the situation was for different people. And then we mobilized people to help as much as we could. When people are working together, serving the Lord, working as brothers and sisters together, there's a strong bond that begins to develop between people, because you're working through a difficult situation and you're working together, serving your fellow life group members.
By the time we had inventory of our house, by 3 o'clock, we reached out to several of the members, several of our life group leaders. We had an inventory of who had suffered what kind of damage and what their needs were. We knew that these folks had almost lost their home, and we knew the situation for pretty much each of our families, I think save 1 or 2 that we hadn't heard from. And then the following day, we did visits to those to make sure that they were covered and had what they needed. When we showed up to the home, it was, I think, well, they were still in shock, I think. So there wasn't, I was expecting, you know, crying and that sort of thing, but they were just happy to see us. They were happy to see us. They showed us around, showed us, you know, some of the extent of damage, told us their story. And I think there was so much to do. There was so much to do for them. The emotional toll hadn't hit them yet, or hadn't hit them as I would have expected. So they're really busy, but they were happy to see us, happy to see the folks helping out, happy to accept offers for whatever assistance they were receiving. It galvanized the life group. You know, the family that was affected, they were pretty entrenched in the life group when we got. They've been there for quite a few years, but it brought in. Funny, I think the biggest plus was some of the newer groups, the newer folks, newer couples, who were able to support them and able to bless them and able to be there for them. And that kind of brought some of the newer folks connected, and it became more like family.
We helped Chris and Sarah, and they had a couple of kids as well. And when we got to their property, it was a bit of we had a bit of reminiscing that we did, because unfortunately their home was flooded during Hurricane Irma a couple of years ago, and it of course had been hit again at Hurricane Ian. There were so many people that were there that particular day for Chris and Sarah that we really were done by noon. We had pulled up all of the flooring on their first floor, gotten it out to the side of the house. It was an opportunity to demonstrate the love that we have one another because of what Christ has done on our behalf. A very tangible way. Ripping up flooring is not an easy feat, but I guess that's why we enjoyed such sweet times, the different days that we helped these families in our life group.